Shock Treatment the movie is rated PG, but Shock Treatment Minute is rated F for
Fountain!
We're going to spend this time discussing the movie in gory detail, and along the way we'll talk about adult content and use adult language. Consider yourselves warned. Welcome to Shock Treatment Minute, the podcast where we break down shock treatment in excruciating detail, 1 minute at a time. I'm one of your hosts, Leandra.
And I'm your other host, Kelly.
And today, and for the last time ever, we are joined by our beautiful friend, Oscar.
No, I can't believe this is my last time. I was like, I thank you so much for having me these past 3 times. It's been over too soon.
Well, it's okay. I don't know if we're necessarily going to try and sacrifice you to one of the camera crew this time. I guess it's just going to depend. Yeah.
I was just going to have him committed.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, God.
Yeah. You'll need a bit of shock treatment. All right. So
Something real live wire. Sorry, go ahead.
it's some good stuff. I know that we're not going over that song in this minute, but Kelly, what happens in this minute?
I'm so glad you asked. So the audience cheers in response to Bert's hilarious wordplay from the last minute. Ricky walks up between Brad and Janet and he says, "Nothing serious, I hope," while looking almost lecherously at Janet. And Janet replies, "Oh, no, just a routine checkup." And Bert looks kind of conspiratorially down the camera and says, "Just a routine checkup, eh, viewers?" and waggles his eyebrows like we're sharing a secret. The audience laughs and cheers at this. We hear a man's voice. I think it might be Brad. It could be Bert. We hear it sort of just a little bit say, I think it says, "I mean." And then Janet stares down the barrel of the camera and finishes the song suddenly by saying, "Tell me, spectator, why are we always sooner or later bitching in the kitchen or crying in the bedroom all night?" Then she turns to Brad, and there's kind of jeering from the audience as Ricky puts his hand on Brad's shoulder and shoves him down into the wheelchair. And then he wheels him out stage right from whence he came while Janet strides behind. Then the narrator says, "Ha ha ha! Well, Bert's done it again. Another rocky marriage is headed for intensive care." Meanwhile, Bert is literally cavorting around like a satyr at a bacchanal. Then he leans in to stare into the camera with a grin and say, "The subject is committed." And then we get kind of an off-camera shot from the side, and we see, like, the lights go out. He's standing looking at the floor manager, and as soon as the lights go off and presumably the cameras got shut off, his smile once again drops right off of his face into kind of a dour expression. And then he and the floor manager lean towards each other, and they even have a little bit of a smile, and he says, "As are we all." Then we get a little organ chord and a new title card. It's a white screen. Red text comes in from left and right that says Dentonvale, and black vertical bars come in from above and below the text. Then the announcer says, "Dentonvale." It might not be the same announcer. We'll talk about that in a minute. The text and bars also depart from whence they came, and we see a white padded room with a gray desk, 3 tall gray filing cabinets behind it, and 2 people are seated. On our left is Richard O'Brien. He is bald in this movie. He has small round glasses, green scrubs, a red stethoscope, and white sneakers. And on his left is Patricia Quinn. She has short red curly hair, a white hospital cap, kind of a green nurse type dress, and also a red stethoscope, and she has white gloves and white ankle boots. They have nameplates in front of them identifying them as Dr. Cosmo McKinley and Dr. Nation McKinley. And they are busy with some paperwork that they're writing. The narrator continues, "The arrival, introducing Brad and Janet Majors." As the cameraman approaches, they close their books and look up and cap their fountain pens, and Cosmo says, "Ah, Mr. and Mrs. Majors, how wonderful to see you. I'm Dr. Cosmo, And that's the end of the minute.
It's a very good minute.
Yes, it's a good one. Very important minute. A huge reveal with Cosmo and Nation being Richard O'Brien and Patricia Quinn. So, couple things about them. First of all, looks like Richard O'Brien might be left-handed.
Yeah, he's at least left-handed in this scene. We're gonna have to keep track of what he does in future scenes when he tries to get people to sign things.
Yeah, because, he was writing with his left hand. Patty was writing with her right. And I mean, it was, I was thinking
Patty.
they should be sitting on opposite sides, because having dated somebody who's left-handed, you never want to have the hands that you use facing each other. It's a whole mess.
Yes.
Yep.
Also, I don't know if you agree, Leandra, to me it looks like Patricia Quinn might have gotten a professional dye job this time.
I think you're right. This definitely looks like it would be much harder for it to just be a spray job, like during the day. And at this point, she was kind of well known for her red hair. So I think that this is dyed hair that we're looking at.
Yeah, it's very even coloring and a lot more coppery than Magenta's hair, so that's my thought. And I mean, in general, the character of Nation intentionally looks a lot more put together than Magenta did, Magenta's kind of a gutter creature
gutter
in a lot of ways. Yeah.
You should tell it to Pat Quinn the next time she performs with us. Well, she is the guest with us.
Yeah. I actually think so. I wrote that watching this scene over and over, I actually think Janet's suit might be meant to echo her iconic pink outfit from Rocky, because it's a pink suit of roughly the same shade of pink with a white shell underneath the jacket. And the thing that really sold it for me, she has a white purse again, of course, but the thing that really sold it for me was she's got white heeled shoes that are sort of evocative of her white heeled Mary Janes. So
yeah,
I think potentially that's an homage. And honestly, I bring it up now because Patricia Quinn's outfit sort of has some echoes of Magenta's clothing as well.
I think
really,
it's really clever costuming by Sue Blaine to at least have similar motifs for each of these characters, or at least character constructs.
Yeah, 100%. And even though, obviously Nation McKinley is not the same character, probably. I mean, we know it's not her real name, so I guess a case could be made. But and we also know Magenta and Riff Raff like going around in disguise. So, but for me, it was obvious. I mean, the hospital cap is a classic nurse thing, but it's sort of evocative of the maid cap, and the dress has some similarities as well in shape. But then for me, those white ankle boots are so unusual and to me very reminiscent of the boots that she wears in Rocky.
I definitely like the concept of that. So yeah, let's go for it. Let's say that was intentional.
100%.
Absolutely.
Either way, this is top-notch costuming for me. They look so cool.
They
and
really
it's so
do.
nice fitting. I love the buttons on the side. I almost feel like I don't want to. Well, I don't want to say it was so much inspired by their spacesuits, but it definitely has a very slight sci-fi tinge to it with the brightness and the shimmeriness that they have. Although I don't know if that's just the way it looks on camera or if they're actually shimmering a little bit. But I definitely like the aesthetic choice of those nurse color green, but still they're supposed to be doctors.
We all know an older homosexual man like Cosmo.
Yes.
Oscar probably knows quite a few.
Yes. So, Oscar, I don't know if this happened at one of the conventions that we went to, but I really remember it being the case where somebody forgot their Cosmo costume and they were in shock treatment and they used super shiny Christmas wrapping paper to try and make their outfit.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm not just
Oh
like
my
creating a
gosh.
false memory.
Yes, no, that was a thing. That was a thing. I remember seeing that. I can't remember what it looked like though. It was so long ago, but I
I
remember
remember
that they,
it
they were wearing a Christmas wrap. And I was like, "What?"
I remember it being really great effort. It was executed as best as it possibly could, but it almost immediately fell apart.
Yes. It was a good last minute grab. Wasn't gonna hold up for the long term of the entire movie, moving around and everything.
But I did
So good
really
though.
enjoy it. And on at least one occasion, our former cast member and fellow Rocky Horror enthusiast and colleague Jeff with a J, he used to play Cosmo a lot at Rocky conventions, and he used to obviously not shave his head, but he would use a rubber skull cap or something. But one year he either forgot his or it ripped. So I literally gave him the wig cap off of my head. So he's a very fun Cosmo.
Oh,
I
I'd love to see that.
I wonder if he's got pictures. I bet he does. Oscar, ask Jeff if he can send us a picture of him as Cosmo so that we
Oh, I
can
would love
post it.
that.
I was gonna open up with a comment on the stage manager.
What about the stage manager? You mean the spicy little floor manager? Oscar, do you
The
agree the
floor
floor
manager,
manager is
yes.
hot?
Yes, I think this is the first shot where I might, unless I missed an earlier shot in the movie where he was so close up, but like he looks very studly from the side, and when he smiles at Bert, it just makes me melt. I'm just
I
like, who
know.
is this guy? Is he in soap operas?
Okay, Leandra's just gay because yeah, he really does it for me, and like his sort of like over it attitude, but like getting shit done. I don't know, it really works for me,
Yes.
and I like that it almost. We talked about how he seemed to have some animosity towards Bert, but they seem a little bit on the same wavelength in this. They seem to be kind of friendly, so that's kind of nice. What do you guys make of Bert's line to the floor manager? Well, okay, actually, I'll back it up a teeny bit. Because the first thing
I
Bert
mean,
says
spoilers.
in that moment is the subject is committed, and he said it in such a way that I was like, "Is this Bert's catchphrase on the show?" Like,
Yeah,
does every
that's kind of how I took it. That
episode?
it was like the subject is committed, the price is right. Come,
So and
God, I'm trying to think of other ones. Spin that wheel. Welcome to
yeah,
the weakest link. Like random stuff like that.
that's.
That's how I took it.
I don't think that last one was the line from the weakest link, but your heart's in the right place. But so anyway, so that was kind of fun, and then he adds to the floor manager, and again he has completely lost his smile. He does not look happy, and he says, "As are we all." Oh, you know what?
Did you just
I
answer it?
just Well, I
I
think
think
I
she
just
just
figured it
answered
out
it.
because, well, maybe or maybe not. Because, like, I took it as we're all committed, as in we're all basically trapped in this situation, similar to the way that Brad is. But maybe he means like we're all committed to the plan.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
And
Oh,
that
really?
makes the floor manager, the sexy floor manager, as we're calling him,
Yeah.
he's in on the conspiracy.
Yeah. Which I think no matter how you take this line, he's at least aware of the conspiracy, right?
Oh,
Yes.
Because
absolutely.
otherwise what would that mean to him? And he is not the little smirk he has tells me that he understands what Bert is saying. So that, yeah, I guess it could mean like we're all committed, cuz yeah, I mean, initially I was like, is Bert trapped too? Because honestly, he seems very on board with everything. So that makes more sense to me. I
I,
answered my
I,
own question.
I mean, not to put
Maybe.
spoilers, but based on what happens on the end, everybody there, with the exception of the people who leave at the end, are
Mm.
committed.
Well,
It's
that's
So
true.
we
true.
all,
That's true.
them, the audience, everybody's committed.
But not in
The
a
people
not
who
in
left were a
an
mistake.
they're all happy about it. And I guess like I initially took the expression on Bert's face to be like he's very displeased, but I think it's more like he is like ruthless, like he's committed to his goal, and he's not like this goofy character.
That's my interpretation. Yeah.
I wonder if the live audience notices because they are still there. You know what I mean?
Well, I guess the
And they wouldn't
microphones
be
are
able
off
to.
by the time he
Well,
talks,
no, but
maybe.
that's what I was about to say. They wouldn't be able to hear what he said probably, but did they not notice that every time the cameras go off, his face literally drops?
I
But of
don't
course,
think that they did, and here's why.
Mhm.
All of the audience members on house right, so stage left, none of them looked at the Denton dossier, even though it was right there for them to look at. They looked at it through the screen. So
Yeah.
they're so well behaved, they're so well trained to only look at what they're supposed to look at that they're already looking at a screen.
That's true. You're right. They're not even looking at him, so why would they have seen it? That's very interesting, and it's fun that they're really only accepting what is getting fed to them. They're not looking at what's going on
God,
right around them. It's
me.
actually kind of profound. Yeah.
It's a bizarre situation in shock treatment where they have a live audience, but the live audience is also treated like a television watching audience as well,
Yeah.
which is something that's unique about shock treatment, where it's like, here they are, everything's in front of them, but you're still watching the television.
And I sort of alluded to this. First of all, in the Dentonvale title card, that GL imagery, it ties right in with what we're talking about, but it's so great. It's simple and clean. I'm sure that was another Brian Thompson banger. It's great. But then the announcer or the narrator who, to me, that did not sound like Richard O'Brien.
I don't
What do you
think
think?
so. I don't know who it is. Exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like anyone I can identify, but I don't think it's Richard O'Brien. If it is Richard O'Brien, I guess he can write in and let us know, or Linus O'Brien, friend of the pod, can, or something. If it is Richard O'Brien, he's an even more talented voice actor than I thought, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know who it is, but I think you're right that it's not Richard O'Brien. It's also not Janet's dad. It's not Officer Vance. No, it's not Officer Vance.
Well,
For a brief second, I was like, it might be. I don't think it's Christopher Malcolm.
it's not Charles Gray.
Go fish.
I just thought that was a funny idea. It's probably not Jeremy Newsom.
I guess that it could be Jeremy Newsom.
Yeah, it might be. Maybe it's my spicy little tamale floor manager.
God, let's just
Gosh,
say that
I
it
hope
is.
so.
I have the
Tamales.
only other thing I have down is we finished a song.
We finished a song.
Yay, the song is over.
Well, no,
Who won the
I wish
game
the
show?
song could
Did
have
they
been
answer
hours
correctly?
long. Well, the show is actually not over yet. It's weird because we do get the Dentonvale title card, but we see more marriage maze in a minute here. So we have not yet finished the show, so we'll save that discussion. But we did finish a song, "Bitchin' in the Kitchen." I'll rate it last because you guys already know, I think, what my rating's going to be. But Oscar, how do you rate this song?
Out of
Oh,
5
gosh.
this time.
Out of 5.
Out of 5 stars. Okay. Over the overall scheme, or as a song in a void?
In
I guess in
whatever
a
capacity.
void. Yeah, however you would rate it.
I guess amongst this, actually, I actually put it at a solid 4, not a 4.5, but definitely a solid 4. It's
Okay.
catchy. It's goofy. It makes use of the game show format of the time, even of our time. And I love how it was used as a vector of communicating Brad and Janet's relationship, which is so the opposite. In my mind, it was kind of like the "There's a Light" portion song, but it's so the opposite of that song in that way. And I think it manages to just be so fun and so lyrically enjoyable, and easy to make and easy to have fun with. So yeah, I give it a solid 4. Actually, when I listen to the soundtrack, this is one I play over and over again.
All right, Leandra.
So this is a song that I will sometimes just put on. I think that
Yeah.
it is extremely fun to just listen to and sing along with. And it is so fucking stupid sometimes. And also one of my top 5 favorite ska songs. And
Never had to knock on wood. But I know
Wow.
someone who
God,
has.
this is a ska song. This is ska. It's
I believe you.
can
We
see where
believe
you're
you. It's a
coming
ska
from.
song.
ska has to have a a powerful beat, which this has. It needs to have some level of yell, which it has, and it also needs to, of course, have a horn section, which this also includes.
Certainly
So
does.
it is a ska song. And yeah, I would say that I think a 4.5 is where I would put it, even though I I don't know that I appreciated it before loving shock treatment. I now love shock treatment and thus love this song.
So I've always loved this song. It is my favorite song in the movie. I also will put it on its own. I have sang it for an audition. I sing it in the shower all the time.
Oh wow.
I've
I
heard you.
love this song. Singing in the shower or at the audition?
Singing in the
Because
shower.
you were present for the audition.
I don't remember at the audition, but I have heard you sing it in the shower.
I love singing it. It's one of my favorite shower songs, and I just love it. It's amazing. I think the layering of the narrator gives it such a fun and interesting texture. It's so cool, and like Oscar said, the way the lyrics tie into a relationship. I think it works great as a standalone song because that is a very relatable feeling that I've had when being in a bad relationship. So, 5 stars!
Hey, that's exciting.
Snaps.
Yeah.
Snaps everywhere.
So I only have, I think, two more lines. Or not lines, two more notes. If I had lines, this would be a much buzzier sort of recording. So, nothing serious, I hope, says Rest Home Ricky, who but mere seconds ago was from New York City and is now British.
Yeah, it's another unfortunate case of accent slippage in this movie.
I don't know that he ever slips back into New York accent.
Not specifically him, but there's a lot of accent slippage from many people.
I think that he probably should have just stuck with his normal voice, or maybe he was trying to butch it up. I don't know. But by this, it's not New York at all. This is just his normal voice for the most part.
Yeah.
And then, so these last lines, shrieked by Janet, they're not my favorite, but one simply cannot say that her diction isn't crisp as fuck on night.
When you say they're not your favorite, do you mean the singing on it or the line itself?
It's the singing on it.
Yeah, it's actually I actually thought that too. It is a rare break in the perfection usually of her. It gets a little pitchy and weird when she gets up into that higher end of the range, and then she gets, I mean, this is I think an intentional choice, but she gets her bitching in the kitchen crying,
in the bedroom.
But anyway, yeah, her diction is definitely crisp, but also I was trying to decide, is this a fourth wall break?
I think
In
well,
universe fourth wall break?
In universe, without a doubt.
Yeah.
But is she talking to us or just to the audience in universe?
the spectator.
Tell me
Is that the
spectator.
audience or is it us, the audience?
And I mean, I guess that's the whole fun thing with shock treatment. We kind of are put in the place of the in-universe audience. Like, that's why in this moment, as in much of the movie, we're viewing her through the camera. Like, it's got that tracking line to indicate that we're watching her through the cameras and the screens. So anyway, I thought that was interesting. But yeah, I agree. Not her best vocal performance in this particular line of the song.
So I have some callbacks, but I'm sure that you have callbacks, Oscar.
Not for that one. I know there's a callback about "Aren't We All," and I think there's something that happens there, but I just don't have anything that sticks out during that portion.
What about you, Kelly?
No.
All right. I have a couple. Yay. So right after Ricky says nothing serious, I hope, you yell, "Wanna fuck a chicken?" And then Janet says, "Oh, no, no." And then she says, "Just a routine checkup." And you shout, "Put your feet in the stirrups and relax."
I get what that means.
Yeah. And then after Bert says, "Just a routine checkup, viewers," you can either say, "Sing to us, oh bitchy one," or, "And now a potato farm advertisement." And that one is either going to make sense with this next line, or you shouldn't say it. So when Janet says, "Tell me, spectators," you say, "Sell me potaters."
Not potatoes.
And then, "Why are we always sooner or later?" You say, "Why can't Brad have his orgasms later?" And then, so Brad is pushed down into the wheelchair and you make a fart noise. Like he's sat on a whoopee cushion. Because farts are funny.
They are.
And when Bert starts dancing like he is stuck in a blender, you just start singing Hey Macarena.
Oh my god, I'm gonna remember that one. This is stupid. I love it.
It's sort of like, you remember the "everybody do the fork in the garbage disposal" sort of he's doing.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's what does the fox say.
Doesn't he go ding, ding, ding,
Let's
ding,
do
ding,
the
ding, ding.
fork in the garbage disposal. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh wait, no. Am I mixing up that with "The System Is Down"?
Yeah.
You are, but there is a similar sound. I just don't remember the exact.
All this is
I'm
great.
this up.
Kelly, please keep this in.
I'm planning on it.
Yeah.
We're all over the place.
When the announcer says Bert's done it again, another Rocky marriage is headed for intensive care, I know that Rocky isn't emphasized, but it's just kind of interesting to throw out there that it's a Rocky Horror marriage.
Yeah.
You can shout like Ralph and Betty's.
Yeah. Or, there are quite a few couples I could shout out if I was feeling particularly bitchy that evening.
If you don't want to do that, you shout, "And another O'Brien movie is headed downhill." And Bert says the subject is committed.
Subject.
And you say, "Hey Bert, I'm bored with this movie." And then he says, "As are we all." And then one of my favorite callbacks, and you say it a lot in this movie, comes up. And we see the Dentonvale logo, and then the announcer says, "Dentonvale," and you scream, "Sucks!"
Oh, yeah, I remember you doing that.
It's so good, and it's something that the audience immediately can remember to do. So anytime somebody says Dentonvale, you yell, "Sucks!"
Easy.
Yeah. And
it's
then
fast and it's free.
Introducing Brad and Janet Majors, you can go "Asshole, slut, not yet give her time."
Mm-hmm.
And then when you see Cosmo, you say, "Riff Raff, what happened to your hair?" And then he says, "Ah, Mr. and Mrs. Majors, how wonderful to see you." And you shout, "Quick, name change." And he says, "I'm Dr. Cosmo." And that's it.
Okay, well, in that case, it is time for the thrilling conclusion to the Weiss is tight.
Woohoo!
Come on down.
Oh my god, I gotta win one.
Yeah, well, Oscar, I have a question for you. What is the final game on The Price is Right?
The final game? Well, that would be the showcase.
That's right. It's Showcase.
I was so worried you were going to get that wrong, and I was just going to be like, "Oscar, what the fuck?"
Oh, yeah, of course.
That would have been so funny.
The price is wrong, bitch, but the order of the games ain't.
Now, I must confess, it's a little bit of a sad little showcase for you today, because to stay on theme, the showcase is comprised of all of Janet's prizes that she describes. So let's go over this fabulous showcase for you. We have a digital alarm clock, or a micro digital awaker.
Oh god.
This one, as far as I'm concerned, does not have a radio, because no radio was mentioned, none is visible, so
just a digital
an
awaker.
alarm clock. Yep, exactly. A shower curtain, a tube of toothpaste, a
Toothpaste.
depilitator, which I have interpreted as an electric razor. I specifically interpreted it as a Lady Remington. And that's it. So those 4 items are in your fabulous showcase here. Digital alarm clock, shower curtain, toothpaste, and electric razor. Leandra, you have the advantage, so you get to choose whether you'd like to play or pass.
I will pass.
Okay. So, Oscar, you get to do the first bid. Do you need to hear the prizes again?
Razor, shower curtain, digital clock, toothpaste.
And an electric
Yeah.
razor. And again, this is at $1981.
$1981. I'm going to go for my showcase. I don't want to go over. So, based on those prizes, I'm going to do $6 even.
For the whole showcase?
Yeah, the razor,
Okay.
the shower curtain, digital clock, toothpaste. How much was toothpaste back then? Oh, no, wait. Let me hold on the digital clock.
Also, it is an electric razor, Oscar.
Oh, that's right. I keep thinking sheet of paper. $20.25.
Okay. Leandra, it's now on to you. What's your bid?
So, let me think this through. The electronics are the thing that I think is going to make this more expensive. The digital alarm clock doesn't have a radio, but it still is digital. And the electric razor by Lady Remington, that is a fairly easy to find, like, buy it at Sears sort of brand. So
I did, in fact, price it from a Sears catalog from
Yeah.
1981.
Wow.
Sears
That's
and
awesome.
Roebuck. I'm going to say, in the spirit of
Oh, God.
dicking over Oscar, you
No!
said $20, right?
I think he said
$20.25.
Okay, I'm going to say $21.
Oh, gosh. And
$20.26.
I thought you were going to bid on Brad's prizes.
No.
So the total was $53.72.
That makes sense.
Yeah. In 1981, the digital alarm clock would have been about $14.99.
Mm-hmm.
The nicest shower curtain money could buy would have been like $7.99. The toothpaste about 79 cents, and then the depilitator $29.95. So
wow.
yeah,
Which,
I mean that
in 1981 dollars, that's not nothing. That's like $100.
Yeah, exactly. Adjusted for inflation, it was $103.59. Something I really noticed from comparing these prices is that while groceries have gotten generally more expensive, adjusted for inflation, appliances are actually a lot cheaper than they used to be.
And that makes sense because it's so much easier to create these things now.
Yeah.
And we've outsourced all the labor and
every single thing later.
So, Leandra, you are the big wiener.
Hooray!
And
all more ways than one.
I know. And what did you win, you ask?
I don't know.
What did you win,
what
you
did
asked?
I win?
You won what do you always win on these shows when you win big? You got a brand new car!
Yay!
Specifically, a 1963, which is the third generation Ford Thunderbird convertible.
Ooh. Brought to me
Why
by
that
Erwin
specifically?
Lapsey?
Correct!
God.
So,
sorry, it took me a while to catch up.
it sucks that you can't drive, but enjoy your car.
I thought you were going to say it was going to be an all expenses paid backstage tour of this very theater.
Oh my God.
No, that
is
not something you're allowed to that is not something you're allowed to opt in or out of. You just have to do that.
No.
I know. But I hope you guys enjoyed The Weiss is Tight. I had fun putting it together.
It's very fun. Thank you so much.
Of course. And Oscar, you lose again.
Yeah,
Did you ever...
I love The Weiss is Tight. This was awesome. But
did you ever see that? Okay, go ahead. What's your complaint?
Yeah. Don't. No. I'm not complaining. Don't cut this out. Everybody who's listening to this, comment, and tell Leandra she has to try to get on The Price is Right, because that is a supernaturally good ability to price things that needs to be turned into an appearance, and I will go with her.
Yeah, but I have negative charisma, so
that
it's fine.
That is not true. No,
we
it's
don't
not.
Listeners,
know that. We should try.
Listeners,
bombard the comment section. It'll get traction anyway.
No,
okay.
Leandra's very charismatic, and I think would be great TV. Now, I will say, Oscar, when you were initially making that showcase bid, have you ever seen that video of, like, the worst Price is Right bid ever? Where he bids $250,000 on his showcase.
That man, what was he thinking?
And what's his name? The host was like, do you want to try again? Because, like, there isn't even room for that many digits on the
it's very good.
Anyway, that's how I felt when you were bidding, like, $6 for all those things.
I'm sorry. I was but you know what? I wouldn't have been over, and that's what matters.
Well, not really, because you still bid too low, and that was your downfall. But thank you guys so much for playing. Oscar.
Yes.
I have a consolation prize for you.
Oh, please tell me it's candy.
No, it's this bird. Does it belong to you?
God, my mothers are going to think I'm weird.
Ricky, come get him.
The subject is committed.
As are we all.